Welcome to Southside News Today. It's Wednesday, March 10th. I'm Chuck Vipperman reporting. Southside News Today is brought to you by Guns, Gear, and Ammo, Route 58 Cascade, and by Redeemed Christian Dance Studios. More students will resume in-person learning in Pittsylvania County next week. School board has signed off on a staged approach to bringing more students inside the buildings. Superintendent Dr. Mark Jones says new guidance from the State Department of Health reduces physical distancing requirements from 6 feet to 3 feet. Jones says that will allow more students in the schools and on the buses.
Yes, we'd like to first look at elementary children who've been waitlisted in grades K to 5 and bring students in grades K through 3 back 4 days a week, and students in grades 4 and 5 back 2 days a week.
A week later, middle school students failing reading and or math will be able to attend school 4 days a week in person. On March 29th, in-person high school students failing 4 courses or more will be able to attend, again, 4 days a week.
The mitigation strategy that we have in place, will allow us to bring children back in safely. Our staff have gone through vaccines, and our last round of vaccinations are this Friday. So all staff have had the opportunity to be vaccinated. But if you remember, the CDC and the VDA says that is not a requirement to open schools. So based upon what we know, and based upon what we're hearing, our schools can open safely.
Jones says numbers across the board show lower student performance using these virtual learning models. A company is getting more help as they move ahead with plans to renovate a couple of iconic Pittsylvania County school buildings. Landmark Asset Services is getting $615,000 from the State Department of Housing and Community Development to help convert the former Southside High School and Blair's Middle School into affordable rental housing for local working families. The 55-unit Southside Lofts project was announced 2 years ago, should be completed sometime next year. It'll include 1, 2, and 3-bedroom loft-style units with a multi-purpose room. Price tag around $10 million. Landmark will also keep the former school's rich histories intact. A North Carolina man will spend a decade behind bars for killing a Martinsville man on the 4th of July here in Danville 2 years ago. 72-year-old Melvin Smith was suffering from blunt force trauma and lacerations to his head and neck when someone dropped him off at Sova Danville's emergency room. That person left before officers arrived. Now, police traced the car used to drop Smith off to a house on Bett Street. They searched the place. They believe that was where Smith was killed. Smith died several days later. 39-year-old Lindsay Antonio Tony Wilson of Yanceyville, North Carolina, was arrested a few days later. He pleaded guilty to a reduced count of voluntary manslaughter. In addition to jail time, he'll also spend 18 months on supervised probation after release. A defense attorney for a man convicted in a Danville murder wants the judge to set aside the verdict and retry the case. Justin Jones was found guilty in the shooting death of 17-year-old Hakeem King in March 2019. Jones's defense team alleges juror misconduct. Specifically, according to the Register-and-B, a juror had a conflict of interest with the prosecutor since she was testifying in another murder case that was being tried. Danville Circuit Court Judge Joe Milam will rule on the appeal later this month. 2 local health districts are expanding the pool of people eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. State Department of Health has given permission to the Danville, Pennsylvania Health Department and the Southside Health District to allow more people than just those above the age of 65 getting the vaccine. You can see the list here. It now includes those 65 and under who have certain medical conditions or disabilities. You still have to register to get on the list. All this news comes as local cases level off. The death toll in Danville and Pittsylvania County remains at 188, according to the daily dashboard report. Local positive test rate is now down to 6.6%. Well, the State Department of Health will host its first mass vaccination in Martinsville this week, and they found the ideal location for a drive-through event. That's right. It'll take place Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. here at Martinsville Speedway. Now, an appointment will still be required. They'll have 6 lanes set up for registration and administration of the vaccines. They plan to hand out 20,000 shots. Danville Police Chief Scott Booth this week handed out the department's Exceptional Service Awards for 2020, a year that saw 35-year lows in local crime figures. Unit accommodations for property crimes went to the following: Lieutenant Mike Wallace, Officer Peter Bailey, Lieutenant John Pooley, Detective Randy Merrill, Captain Benjamin Langley, and Detective Roger Woody. Unit accommodations for vice narcotics went to Lieutenant David Whitley, Corporal William Shively, along with Sergeant Jonathan Epps, Detective Tyrone Russell, and Corporal Derek Lancaster. The Meritorious Service Medal went to Corporal Samantha Wiles Lipscomb. The Officer of the Year was Officer Jesse Booth. Other winners: Specialty Officer of the Year, Captain William Shively. Supervisor of the Year, Lieutenant Johnny West. The Life-Saving Medal went to Officer Jesse Booth, Officer Walker Eason, Officer Garrett Clay, and Officer Jordan Land. And the following won the Partnership Award: Norma Brower with Community Development, Melanie Tosh with Community Services, Amanda Oakes with the Regional Alliance for Substance Abuse Prevention. Also honored: Special Agent Matt Wade with State Police, Rachel Swartz from the U.S. Attorney's Office. The Distinguished Service Medal went to Captain Henry Richardson and Captain Ernest Thompson, and the Chiefs Award went to Ashton Fotterill, Donald Smith, and Lieutenant David Whitley. Let's keep the positive vibes going. Here's today's Live Positive with Dr. Joey Fawcett.
I'm Dr. Joey Fawcett, coaching you to live positive today. So why do you do what you do? I was talking with a friend recently whose wife had just died. She was in the bed for a whole lot of months, and she really had not known him for some time. He kept going every day to feed her, though, and caring for her in every possible way you can imagine. So someone was complimenting him on the most excellent care he gave her while we were all standing there. This person was really inspired by the acts of love my friend performed for his wife, even though she didn't know him most days. Frankly, my friend was a little embarrassed by the compliment, thinking that he had not really done anything unique. So he asked the person complimenting him, "You mean everyone doesn't do that?" You see, caring for his wife in love was just as natural for my friend as taking a breath. It's this kind of love, the kind of love that sees no big deal in doing something for someone else, that truly changes marriages, families, workplaces, neighborhoods, cities, states, countries, and ultimately the world. It's this kind of love that the world needs now. So live positive out of this love, and instead of just living a life, make a life worth living and loving today. Coaching you to live positive today, I'm Dr. Joey Fawcett.
Thanks, Dr. Joey. Your forecast calling for partly cloudy skies overnight. Lows down to 44 tomorrow. Wow, sunny skies. A bit breezy, winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour, but highs up to 74 degrees. And that's a look at Southside News Today. It's been brought to you by Redeemed Christian Dance Studio, Craighead Street, and by Guns, Gear, and Ammo, Route 58 in Cascade. I'm Chuck Bipperman. Have a great day.